Never before have I come to you all in the evening time to record a video. And it's windy and we got the generator running, so it might not be the highest quality video I've ever taken. Although the bar's low, right? We're talking about opportunities. I've been lucky and truly blessed to this point in my life in so many ways. It is indescribable to me. I literally can't count all the doors that have been open to me. Recently, I started a new job. It was arranged by a text message with my buddy at the interview, and I'm in a position where I can earn enough money to support myself and my beautiful woman just off of that, right? The place I used to work, grateful that they're, wanting to keep me on, keep me calling leads, keep me in the mix to help grow their business. So grateful for the fact that I've been able to work with such a great organization for the last year or so, full time. And just yesterday, I got a text from a different old boss of mine asking me, if I want to pitch in on some project he's running. And the fact that so many people think highly enough of me to want to involve me in their business endeavors is impossibly lucky. We live in a day and age today. Thank God that thing shut off. It'll turn back on though. We live in a day and age today where so many folks are struggling to earn substantial income and put food on the table, pay rent, right? Pay the bills, etc. But I'm in this position through luck that I don't have to worry about any of that. And in fact, that I have opportunities flowing to me from any number of directions. But it's not all luck, I don't think. I think there are some reasons behind it. The fact of the matter is that everywhere I've worked in my career, I've put in an extreme amount of work. And I don't rest, I'm not, I've always worked in sales, so I always have commission to chase, which I think is a motivating factor. And if you're looking for a job that, makes you want to kind of lock in, sales can be like that, even though you deal with a ton of rejection every single day. But you're not getting beat, you're not getting your kneecaps broke, right? You're not busting your tail in the sun like a construction worker or a really difficult job like that, manual labor. Wow, dog barking in the yard. But I think it's a testament to showing up and working hard and giving it your all, no matter what your position is. That's the kind of thing that sets you up for tremendous success in your life, right? So I haven't achieved what I'd call tremendous success, but I have been lucky enough to be handed all sorts of opportunities, and that's because people seem to remember me as somebody who works hard and puts in a lot of effort, and I'll beat my head against the wall to make it happen, even on a day where it's not happening. You know what I mean? So if you're looking for something to do in your career, we got a Duke in the woods back here. Not the woods, it's my neighbor's yard. But it's probably like, why is this guy talking to a camera here on a Sunday evening after Rory McIlroy wins his second Masters in a row? That's a testament to hard work. But if you're looking for a way forward in your career or in your life, what I'd recommend is just working, busting your tail, and giving a shit, really, at your place of work. Nowadays, especially if you spend a lot of time on the internet, like I'd probably spend too much of, you'll get bombarded from all these angles, like the 4-hour work week, and fucking a job, right? Like, why, going to the office is wage slavery, that kind of thing. I actually think that going to the office is one of the best possible things for a man to do, or going to a place of work is one of the best possible things for a man to do. That's what teaches you to show up, listen, when the days aren't always fun, right? That's what teaches you to work hard, even when it's a real pain in the ass. And on the other side of working hard, I think that, quote unquote American dream of buying a house, starting a family. I think all that's still alive, but it's only alive for the people who want to actually put in work for it. People spend their time online, you know, attempting to build a business or running from the true responsibility of being in the office. I'll tell you what, working at home for the last year, something I've missed is having a place to show up to and actually put in work. It's motivating, you know. Everyone who's working an office job, if you're watching this and working an office job, you're probably missing your freedom and you're saying, wow, I wish I could get out there and, you know, all the things I could do with my extra free time. But the truth is 99% of the population, including myself, if you just have free time at the wazoo, you're just gonna burn it in stupid ways. That's what a lot of people do. It takes an extremely disciplined and motivated individual to be given free time 24 hours a day and spend it wisely and productively. You better have a great setup. You better not get, you know, stuck in your house and become a strange cave creature, as I was dangerously close to becoming at times. If you're not going to be in an office, yeah, you might not love every moment of it, but if you're not going to have a place to work and somewhere to go to and something meaningful to work towards, a lot of people just degenerate, right? So if you're someone who, you know, you're sick and tired of working, you want to quit your job or blah, 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 whatever, it doesn't really matter the situation. You know, if you're miserable, I encourage you to do it, but, you know, maybe it's worth taking a fresh set of eyes to what you're doing and say, I'm going to be the hardest worker here. I'm going to really be motivated to deliver excellent results. Not for your employer, but for yourself. Be the kind of person who delivers excellent results, because years down the road, that translates into somebody remembering you and saying, yeah, you know what, this guy did put in good work for me, and, you know, I'd like to bring him along on another new opportunity. The more people you know like that, I mean, knock on wood, but I may never need to search for a job again in my life in my late 20s because of work I put in the past, and always being, you know, a phone call away from somebody who can keep me employed at this point in my career. And it's not, I've been good at my jobs, but it's really through hard work, I think, more so than any talent or skill or anything like that. It's really through persistence that I think sets me apart. You know, in the domain of sales, I'll just make a lot of calls, right? And eventually something's going to go right for me. Um, so I don't know, just been feeling blessed with abundant opportunities, and you hear that in the world out there right now that people are struggling and they're not doing well. And, you know, it's a sad thing, but at the same time, I walk into any number of businesses, or you call the customer service line at, you know, XYZ place, and shoot, like, you can tell the people who are working there don't give a shit. They don't give a rat's ass about the outcome. And that's, like, I understand not liking your job, but at the same time, that's not going to get you anywhere in life either. People wonder where it went wrong, and meanwhile, they actively don't give a shit about anything going on around them. And how you do one thing is really how you do everything. So while I'm adventure maxing, you know, on the weekend, right, I'm putting my fullest focus and attention to, you know, having a great time, or, you know, exploring a new place, or blah, 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 blah. But that means that when you're focused, you know, at work, whatever your work is, you have that full focus and attention. If you bring that energy, if you bring that to your relationships, the kind of way you do one thing is the kind of way you do everything. So if you're not that kind of person who goes the extra mile, then you're probably not going the extra mile anywhere in your life, and you're probably wondering, why do I have mediocre results? Why is this not working out for me, right? But if you are the kind of person who's taking initiative and trying to take a step forward, and, you know, dedicating your full time and attention even to tasks that are either menial, or you think are stupid, or you don't see how it directly benefits you, well, that's the kind of energy and attention to detail that gets you extremely far. If you know, read any biography or listen to any interview with somebody who is quote unquote successful financially or otherwise, maybe just in their passionate domain, those people always seem to say, yeah, well, I just either cared more or went the extra mile, or I kind of put myself out there to really make it happen. it's like a cheat code to get ahead of 99% of people nowadays. So if you are the kind of person who has opportunities flowing to you from every possible domain, um, just be grateful. I mean, I can't even express the amount of gratitude I felt over the past couple of days of, week maybe, of people who wanted me to be a part of their business and what they have going on. And if you are not in that situation and you're wondering why, do an honest audit of yourself. Am I going the extra mile? Am I seeking out every opportunity? Am I dedicating my fullest attention to one thing, right? I mean, getting burned out, I've been there before for sure. And that's something that a lot of people feel when they're not doing something that's really aligned with what they love. But at the same time, is there anything you love? Is there anything you're passionate about? So many people, it seems like they're completely directionless. They're, a ship at sea with no lighthouse on the horizon. So I don't know how to reconcile that. You kind of got to set a destination to want to get there. Otherwise, you're cooked, right? I don't, And again, if you spend a lot of time online looking at, Twitter feeds or whatever, there's a lot of just demoralizing slop out there about like, the corporate man doesn't want to take care of you and blah, 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 blah. Look, the dogs have come out to join me. Um, but if you work hard, opportunities will come. Simple as that. Simple as that.